now we will continue on episode 2 and enter abstinence camp. I'm a little concerned about this one, to be honest with you. I just get a vibe from it, from just the name. Although maybe we'll see Grace Chastity again. All right. Episode 2, Part 2, Abstinence Camp. Oh boy. Hey Joseph, welcome to the stream. Oh. Off rip, I'm already getting the vibes of all those like B movies in like the 90s, 80s, around that time. When they go to camp, you know, counselors or members, they get frisky and then they get killed. Because getting frisky in a horror movie is the worst thing you can do. It's a death sentence. And just in time for one of the best episodes? Ooh, okay, that's kind of hype then. Whoa. He's got you sweating through the night. I'm sorry, that mask was actually like really, was that a mask? What was that? That was like genuinely creepy. He's not quite human, that's for sure. He is a walking night terror. Okay, so I feel like I'm already getting the idea. it's like saying I'll be right back. Okay. So we definitely got a hatchet murderer. A hatchet man, potentially? I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh man, that mask. Ooh. The underwear on the things. Alright. The music on this episode slaps. Yeah, it's like, I'm already like, I'm jamming out, man. My goodness. She is such a good singer. Okay, now, first of all, a better image of, like, view of the mask. That's a good mask. Secondly, okay, so this guy's just called the Axeman. Alright, fair enough. Are we gonna get, like B-movie tropes, like horror movie tropes here? I don't know. But however they do it, I'm sure Team StarKid will do it great. He's got you sinking before you swim. He's got you doubting your every whim. He's got you thinking about your next of kin. He's been surviving in the dark. He is arriving, ready or not. His spirit is hollow. Oh, he's having fun now. Why does she keep stopping? She's like running and then looking behind, being like, is he still there? Oh, he's still there. I think this is going to be a fun episode. And his blade was made with hate and soul and steel. Ooh, that was a nice scene. But it's hatchet field. He's got the size that humbles. He's got the hands that rumble. He's got the doctors call insane. Oh. I gotta say, by the way, their acting here, like while they're singing, is so good. Especially, I forget his name. I always forget his name. I'm sorry. But man, they are playing their part well. Corey. Thank you, Corey. Was he in the trees just now? Lorem? They're both so good at I need to get more major roles or something. I know, right? It's like Corey, he always has such presence to him when he's like doing his stuff. It's Jesus Christ. Nerds? As in Nerdy Prudes? He's got the size that humbles. He's got the hands that rumble. He's got the steps that crumble ground. For the sound. He's got the time for trouble. Even like everything about this is like so well done. Like the cinematography, like said the thing. What a way to end it. Oh my gosh. That was so good. I'm hyped as heck now for this. But also, incredible that she just did not manage to escape at all despite running. And he's walking.
After a night of beer pong and Jaeger bombs,
Ew.
Stephanie Lauder pukes into the toilet of a restroom at
Stephanie Lauder! Hey, it's her!
Hatchetfield High. She knew she'd pay for drinking so much on an empty stomach, but it was the last party of the school year. As the hangover thumps in her head, fellow student Grace Chastity peeks up from the next stall over.
Oh my goodness! Steph! Are you alright? Beat it, Chastity.
I think that's why I only know her as Chastity in my head. Because I feel like everyone only refers to her as, like, Chastity. Or maybe that's my brain making up memories.
You got a tummy ache? Was it the meatloaf? I ate the meatloaf. Relax.
Oh, no. It's her. She's not even, like, thinking that it's because she's, like, drank.
Relax. I didn't eat anything. That's the problem. I'm just a little sick this morning.
Sick? Morning? Sickness? Oh, heck. No.
I'm curious to see how you feel about this after seeing Nerdy Prudes Must Die, since I had the exact opposite experience. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting, because I am curious how I'll see this. Because I already know these people.
Oh, heckin' way, Steph. Are you pregnant?
Of course you thought that.
Yeah, Grace. I'm pregnant.
Stephanie, no, she won't understand the sarcasm.
The sarcasm lost on her, Grace marches from the restroom.
No! Uh-oh.
Weeks later, a stretched Cadillac Fleetwood thunders down a dirt road. In the back seat, Steph tries to explain.
Oh, you saw this one before Nerdy Prudes as well?
How many times do I have to tell you, Dad, I'm not pregnant?
Across from her sits Solomon Lauder, the mayor of Hatchetfield.
Grace, no.
You think you're getting out of this on that little technicality?
What?
This isn't fair!
Stephanie, I'd like to have an intelligent conversation with you if you don't mind. In other words, shut up.
I'm glad you got to hear that line again. That's such a good one. I mean, in the chat, maybe, Laura. I'm guessing that he wants to send her to over there, no matter what, even if she isn't actually pregnant.
You know what's happening this fall.
Of course.
You know how many questions I've already had to field about you and your nocturnal activities?
So send me away.
Ew.
Get me out of your hair until November.
Oh, no.
It's not that simple,
Perhaps
really.
this won't quash the rumors. It'll only feed them.
Also very true. That's like trying to hide information that's already been like talked about just makes it worse. You just kind of have to ignore it. Generally, like it's named after that one actress, I think, where there was like a photo of her home in like a bunch of other poems, and then she tried to like get it like censored, but that only made everybody be like, "Oh wait, she lives there. I didn't know that. Now I know that."
Won't allow this town's imagination to wander. They're going to know exactly where you are, what you're doing, and more importantly, what you're not doing.
Oh my god,
Seriously?
his face.
You're really making me do this. Abstinence camp?
In the heart of Witchwood
That sounds kind of like that's such a funny idea.
Forest, at the
I feel like abstinence camp probably ain't a lot of abstinence there.
edge of a crystal clear lake, the
Oh yeah, you're right. Title drop. Can never forget to say that.
abstinence camp is brimming with chaste teens. Two campers, Mary and Noah, reunite after a school year apart.
Noah!
No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does work.
Harry, you pumped for the cross hike?
Will the meek inherit the earth?
Matthew 5.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh.
Steph watches them jump up and down.
Kill me now.
I will say, I am Christian. However, some people. That's all I'm saying.
A baby blue
Oh my goodness.
zooms down the dirt road toward the camp. Ted Spankowski sits in the driver's
Ted!
seat, top down.
Oh, Ted. Every time I remember him. Ted. You don't even know what happens to you.
His hair whipping in the wind. He looks up as the car passes under the huge hand-carved welcome sign.
Camp, I don't want to bang. There's a blast from the past. But
Camp what? Repeat that for me, Ted. Just real quick.
camp, I don't want to bang.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Blast from the past. But we all gotta do our time, and your time has come, little bro.
In the passenger seat is Ted's teenage brother, Peter Spankowski. He pushes up his glasses.
Okay. I actually knew this because somebody mentioned it in the comments. The way he says it so naturally, too. I know, right? Somebody mentioned in the comments of the previous reactions, the one where Ted, goes back in time and... Ted. That Ted and Peter are actually brothers. I was wondering how they were, related, and now I know. Which is interesting, that they are brothers. I mean, it's not a unique situation. I've seen, very big differences between, one sibling and another before.
He's lamenting. Oh, man. I'm gonna miss the Honey Festival.
Oh, don't worry about it, Pete. There'll be plenty of honeys for you to gawk at right here.
Everything I've heard about the Honey Festival makes it sound pretty terrible, too, anyway.
All those...
Ted always has the worst fates for real. I mean, he's doomed to it, apparently. Because, based off the timeline split, you guys might already know this, but I learned about this from the comments. The timeline in Hatchetfield split in 2005. It's better than Clivesdale Cherry Festival. Yeah, screw Clivesdale. But in 2005, the timeline split. The issue is that Ted went back to, before the timeline split. There was only two constants in Hatchetfield, and those are Ted suffers and the mayor's line towards Steph. True. And because he went back towards before the timeline split, Ted will always, in every timeline, go to the past and get totally messed up. which means that that's one of the few constants in every timeline, because the homeless man exists in every timeline, which is awful. Like, he's not a great guy. Don't get me wrong. My wife, he's that kind of guy. But man, that sucks. That's such a terrible fate.
Press church girls in their little hiking shorts.
Wait, what if all those timelines got created as a result of Ted's time traveling? I thought that, potentially, and it is definitely potential. But it seems to be related to, like, one, potentially all three, or just one of these three things. The timeline rift getting created in the building where Ted and Paul work. Streaming the box? Yeah. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's the box so much. The birth of, I keep forgetting her name, I can't remember. The girl who can see like all different timelines, like at the same time, kind of. Her or Ted time traveling. Hannah, thank you. I could not remember her name for the life of me. So the timeline splitting could be related to any one of them, or all three of them, like, combined in some way. I don't know. I have no idea. Banana, you know what? That might actually help me remember her name. So yeah, alright. Enough theorizing. Let's see what horrible fate befalls Ted.
Camp. Well, if that don't get you hard, nothing will.
Yeah, but this is abstinence camp.
I know. It's torture. Those sick bastards. Oh, I'd take the rack or the gallows any day over another no-nut summer.
So there's, like, no pulling off? Like, none?
None.
How do they even enforce that?
Oh, they got ways. Scare tactics.
Ah.
They're paranoid. You'll be laying in your bunk at night, jumping at the shadows. Years later.
Must be a terrible fate for a Spankowski.
You wake up screaming, swearing you can hear his footsteps out there. His axe dragging behind him. Oh God.
So Ted's a little traumatized by this this camp.
The axe. In fact,
The Studebaker screeches to a stop.
I'm not getting any closer. Get the hell out of my car. You're walking the rest of the way, Dorcas.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
He grabs his knapsack
Just a
and
little.
climbs out. Ted takes off like a bat out of hell. As far away as he can get from camp I don't want to bang.
What a terrible brother. Actually, no, classic brother behavior.
And the thing that dwells there. Pete coughs, fanning away the dust and exhaust fumes. He looks down the road toward the bunks. Well, come on, feet. He starts for the camp. In the woods, hidden amongst the trees, a figure watches.
Oh my gosh.
Glassy eyes.
Look at that. Is this like a custom-made mask, or did they buy this at a store? Because it's good. It's like, it's genuinely very good. That eye.
Hall, campers file through the registration line. Steph stands in front of a counselor who points to her cell phone and shakes a plastic container.
All right, toss it in the bin.
Are you crazy? What if there's an emergency?
Rules are rules. The only screen here is sunscreen.
Oh my gosh.
Steph rolls her eyes and drops her phone into the container.
But also, these kind of camps where like you have to put your phone away and like put them in a box. I've went to them. I've had a kind of fun time there. If I didn't, because I know myself, if I didn't put my phone there, I'd be like just glued to it instead of the activities. So like I get it. But I was there willingly, so I could see why she wouldn't be so happy about it.
Counselor passes it off to be locked away for the rest of the summer. Then they motion to a table full of pink
The rest of the summer, they don't even get them back at night? That's
blue t-shirts, asking Steph.
crazy.
What size do you wear?
Small.
The counselor hands Steph a pink tee.
Virginity
Can I get
rocks.
a blue one?
Funny.
At a nearby check-in desk, another counselor...
Are they doing the whole girls get pink and boys get blue thing? Okay, everything I learned about this camp is already making me like roll my eyes increasingly. If I keep doing it, I was gonna roll them out of my head.
is digging through Pete's bag.
Well, well. Looks like we have a few more vices to rid ourselves of. Don't we, Mr. Spankowski?
The counselor removes a Ziploc full of chocolates. I need those. My blood sugar is very low.
Trash rots your teeth and your soul. Have some of nature's candy.
He tosses Pete a box of raisins and ushers him along. Pete...
Will raisins have enough sugar for somebody who has, like, low blood sugar? Like, would raisins have enough? I don't know. Genuinely, like, asking. Yes, they are. Like, I know they're sugary. Don't get me wrong. I had raisins today. I like them. I enjoy them. Yes, Lauren, avoid those kind of jokes again, please. Or you will get another timeout. Alright, fair enough. Raisins are actually pretty good, so I don't know what he's complaining about then.
Pete walks off, shaking his head. Fucking raisins. Fuck this place.
To be fair, chocolate is pretty good. But also, I just don't like... I've been increasingly not liking sugar in general, so maybe that's just me.
Later, Steph sits in an outdoor amphitheater, looking down at the pink shirt she'll be forced to wear all summer.
Incredible.
She reads the phrase printed on the front.
Virginity rocks.
You could say that again.
From behind her, Steph hears a familiar voice.
Oh,
It
gosh.
sends a shudder down her spine.
Oh god. Please no.
Steph, you're here. Oh,
Grace Chastity runs up and throws her arms around Steph.
Gosh, dang it, Grace.
She squeezes with all her might. A nearby counselor points to the hugging girls and yells.
Hey, that's long enough.
Grace lets go, smiling at him.
it's okay. We're just friends.
Keep it that way.
He walks off.
Oh my gosh, this already sounds like hell. God won't help you when it comes to Grace Chastity. No, don't get me. You're right. God's on her side, probably.
And Grace turns back to Steph.
I'm so glad you're getting help. I was really worried about you after that day in the restroom. You know, when you thought you were pregnant.
Is it the video or am I lagging here? I don't. Oh wow, we're up like 9 people. It's wild. This is Grace Chastity. Her name says everything. I'm not okay. So it might just be
I
the.
figured you might be too scared to reach out to others, so I did it for you. I told everyone. The principal, the football team, all your friends. We care about you, Steph. We want to help you make better choices.
You started the rumors. I have you to thank for all of this.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Grace cannot read people's tones at all. Bless her, but she's trying. But she cannot read tone in the slightest. My goodness. I think it's just an angle of Grace's camera. Stuff isn't lagging. Yeah, that's what I was a little confused about.
As the amphitheater stage lights up, a voice crackles over the loudspeaker.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, campers, gather around, take a seat, and give a big, I don't wanna bang welcome to your camp directors and youth ministers, Jerry and Jerry!
Music thumps, a pair of
Jerry and Jerry. I had a friend in middle school had the same name as me, and that's how we would introduce ourselves. My name isn't Jerry, but
cheery tryhards, one in blue and one in pink, begin to sing.
oh,
Sally met her boy. She told everyone, neither played shy or even coy. And they told everyone they sat on the beach. They met real cute. Sally removed her sequin dress from on top.
love this song. I'm surprised that we're getting another song. This is unironically my favorite StarKid song, unfortunately. The song goes really hard. All right, let's enjoy it then.
The boy leaned in, but Sally crooned, leave room for Jim.
great transition there.
They told everyone, you wanna date me, there's a catch. And only one, keep your hands above the waist. And if you're so lucky, you might just get to first base.
First base. I saw that. I saw that, like, he couldn't hide it from me. But interesting. Okay. Whatever. Just. Okay. First of all, you are right. This goes kind of crazy hard. He swats her hands like... This kind of goes crazy hard, actually. But secondly, they are perfectly getting the, like, vibe. Video and song-wise of this kind of thing. I've seen these kind of songs before. Like, this kind of, like, abstinent stuff. They're getting it, like, perfectly. Whoa! Huh? The sound of celibacy, virginity rock.
The song ends. The campers cheer. Steph's flesh crawls.
Come on, Steph, you gotta admit, that was a pretty good song, at least.
All right, amen, everybody. A to the men.
And women!
That's right. We're a progressive ministry. We believe both boys and girls can and should have the power to just say no.
I mean, good, I guess. The whoops and cheers. Yeah. It's not super progressive. That's just kind of like basic, you know. But alright.
Jerry with a double R-Y. And this is Jerry with a single R-I. And don't worry if that's too complicated for you. You can just call me Boy Jerry.
And I'm Girl Jerry.
And we're here
Okay.
to wrap your summer with play, purpose, and prayer. Wow!
That was Chastity. You could hear that cheer from her. She is the most excited about all of this.
Cause who needs sex to have fun?
Not me. We're both voluntarily celibate.
Woo woo!
I'll take canoes over condoms any day. In fact, we have some counselors coming through the aisle with pamphlets about the dangers of contraception. I think it's important that everyone give those a read.
The dangers of contraception? I've never noticed. Yeah, my ear, I could hear it, that cheer. What is bro talking? I have no idea. The dangers of contraception? I've never heard of any dangers of contraception before.
Seriously, guys, this information could save your life.
You said it, Girl Jerry. All right, boys to the blue cabins with me.
Okay.
I'll show the girls to the pink fun.
I mean, it's abstinence camp, Lorem. You keep up with the program.
The next morning, a bugle blasts the wake-up call. Grace happily hops from bed, fully dressed and raring to go. Steph groans.
Oh, boy.
with a pillow over her head. The campers are shuffled off to their various activities: swimming, archery, the rope course. In the arts and crafts...
All that sounds really fun. Also, archery, whenever I got to do it, was so much fun. In high school, we only got, like, a couple of archery classes per, like, semester, essentially. You know, like, every couple of months, we got, like, one archery class. So if you missed it, you just missed it. It was a lot of fun. I wish you got to do more of it.
Pavilion. Boy Jerry and Girl Jerry.
I wasn't very good at it, in case you were wondering.
stand by a table of pre-packaged wallet-making kits and metal stamps.
All right, listen up, campers. First, you pick a strip of leather. Then, you choose your design, grab a mallet, and head on over to the beading table. You whack it for a while, stitch it up, and you end up with one of these.
He holds up a completed wallet.
Huh.
I tell you kids, nothing gets out that pent-up frustration like making a wallet. Why, this is the very same technique that ye old settlers used to make their wallets.
That's pretty cool, but also, I don't know, I get the feeling that the pent-up tension is not going away as much as they think.
Really? With these cheap kids from Hobby Lobby?
The other campers turn to glare at Steph.
Huh. You got a bit of an attitude. Don't you, Miss... Lauder?
I've been told.
Why don't you step into my office?
The Jerrys lead Steph outside.
Oh boy. Immediately, a single talk back, and now she's just like, oh, you're gonna, okay. And that's it, I guess, for her.
Fresh air and a warm breeze. That's all the AC I need. So, Stephanie Lauder, the mayor's kid. I heard about you. Little Miss Bun in the oven.
That was just a dumb rumor.
Teen pregnancy is no joke, Steph. If you don't start taking this work seriously, you're gonna end up with a child before you're ready. You're gonna have to drop out of school. Your family will disown you. Where are you gonna raise that baby? In the woods? We just want to help you.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, this is like a very personal issue to her. She's like, I've never felt more afraid of a self-proclaimed voluntarily separate. I mean, the first time for everything. Not for them. They would never give away their first time. But holy cow, she got really upset.
It's okay, girl Jerry.
He puts a hand on Girl Jerry's shoulder. She falls into his arms.
I got you, girl Jerry.
Hold me, boy, Jerry.
I will, girl Jerry.
They cling to each other. Boy
Stephanie's just like standing there awkward and just like, okay, well, this seems like kind of personal. Why am I here? She's not pregnant, not alarm.
Jerry runs a hand down Girl Jerry's back. She shudders, hips bucking. He sniffs her hair.
God, you smell amazing.
I was right. I told you. They are not. The tension has never been higher between them. It got so intense. Yeah. Whew.
Steph watches them awkwardly. Boy Jerry rounds on her.
Look at what you did. You upset girl Jerry. I ought to cover you in syrup. Go make a wallet.
What? Cover you in syrup? What kind of threat is that?
The counselor leads a line of hikers down a forested path, chanting,
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Abstinence is for the bold.
Abstinence is for the bold.
I'm sorry, I have to read that out. I'm afraid Blue Jerry and Pink Jerry are about to make purple. That's good. Thank you for that comment.
The counselor yells to one of the campers lagging behind.
Keep up, Spankovsky.
I can't. My blood sugar. These raisins suck.
Power.
Well, I guess his blood sugar is really low because those raisins were not enough.
Through it. Sound off. 1, 2. Sound off. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pete falls to his knees, gasping for air, while the other kids
Up,
walk
boy.
past. The last hiker in line stops next to Pete. She looks around to make sure no one's watching, then removes a chocolate bar from her pocket.
She had chocolate. Oh, Stephanie. It's the hot chocolate boy from the guy who didn't like musical. Yeah, I remember that. We actually got to see the scene in Nerdy Prudes. It was really cool to see it from a different perspective. Blood shoes. Pete's just like me for real.
Offering it to him.
Here. Contraband.
Pete looks up at Stephanie Lauder and freezes. He blushes, gulps, and takes the bar gratefully. Thanks.
Yay.
How'd you sneak this in here?
I headed back to my underwear, and the guy never checked. Didn't you know touching a bra will cause a man's hands to erupt in boils? That's what it said in the abstinence pamphlet.
Oh man, they just tell lies. That's kind of a wild thing about abstinence, you know? I don't see why sometimes they just lie to you. Be like, hey, if you ever touch a girl, your hand will explode. It's like, you can give me all the very valid reasons to stay abstinent instead of that. Lie.
Did it? I wiped my ass with mine. Looked more hygienic than the teepee in the outhouse. And I figured it was already full of shit. Seems she's found a kindred spirit.
Oh?
She pushes a lock of sweaty hair away from her face.
I've seen you around school, right? Rocking that bow tie?
My brother says to pick a look and stick with it. I can't grow a mustache yet, so next best thing.
I don't know about that, Peter.
I heard a rumor about you. You're the kid who whacked off during the meat test.
Oh man, no matter the timeline, there's always a bad rumor about him.
Allegedly. I went to the bathroom to cool off. It was an important exam. Besides, if they didn't want to turn kids on, they shouldn't make those story problems so suggestive.
Right, there was that one that made everyone crack up. What was it? Something about Cindy's melons?
Stacy's melons.
He remembers. That's like a core memory for him. Never take advice from a Spankowski? That's so true. We all know how that turned out for Ted. Oh.
He committed it to memory.
Why?
Bet you did.
Never mind.
Stacy has 2 plump melons. Each one is perfectly spherical with a diameter of 20 centimeters.
Stacy's stacked.
Walks in with a big pair of jugs. If she squeezes Stacy's melons with a force of 10 grams per square centimeter, how long will it take before Jessica's jugs are full and ready to put to your lips?
They had to have known.
They had to have known. They had to have. That's literally so. That's not even. I was like assuming that it was gonna be like, oh, you know, teenage hormones, whatever. They had to have known.
They were doing.
Those sick bastards.
So I guess you heard a rumor about me.
Yeah. It sucks. I think whatever may or may not have happened in the bathroom should stay in the bathroom. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Aw, that's kind of like a sweet way to connect it. Yeah, I guess both of their rumors did start in a bathroom, huh? Also, gotta say, Peter said allegedly. He did not deny the rumors.
Well, I should catch up.
Staying in the bathroom.
Don't let anyone find you with that. It's against the rules.
Hey.
I know they are so sweet. Peter and like Stephanie. They actually they're like so. I love them. They're so good.
Rules were made to be broken.
Yeah. You're not such a nerd, are you?
You say that now. Get me in front of a chemistry set. You'll say nerdy shit.
See you around, Spakovsky.
Aww. They just hit it off so instantly. Like, every timeline. I hope they live. I know most of these, like, episodes don't end with our protagonist dying, but I hope they live. This is Nerdy yapping about. Come on.
Moonlight creeps through the trees.
Don't say that about Peter.
Crackles. Around it, campers gather, swapping ghost stories. One of them, Gabe, grins with fiendish delight as he begins his tale of terror.
Oh.
Now I know abstinence camp may seem like the best place on earth, but there's a deep, dark secret at the heart of I don't want to bang.
Really?
Something lurking out in those woods.
Tell me about it.
Someone.
Come on, Gabe. Not this story again. You're gonna scare the new kids.
They should be scared, because there's a reason you gotta stain around these parts.
So, do these guys just come back like every year, kicking my feet up in the air, like giggling like a little girl over them? It's so true, real.
You don't need a reason. Virginity just rocks.
I know that, and you know that, but some people need a little extra motivation. Sometimes God has to make examples out of them, like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what he saw when he looked down on Hatchetfield, a den of sin, a city full of adulterers and fornicators.
I mean, a reasonable enough thing to say. I mean, nothing about this is reasonable, but considering the context, reasonable enough.
Hell yeah, go Nighthawks. Smiles at Pete.
Peter's kind of funny, actually.
From across the fire pit. The rest of the kids, however, are not amused, especially Gabe.
You won't be laughing when he comes for you, Pete.
Go Nighthawks.
God sent him to punish the wicked with his feet like thunder and his axe oh so sharp.
Oh.
These woods belong to him, and there's one thing he won't abide in his domain: perversion, kissing, touching your private parts, or heaven forbid, premarital sex.
Stop, Gabe. I'm scared.
This is the kind of story that only scares the people who are like actually already, you know, on the whole virginity rocks train. Like, yeah.
He is the thing that will not die, the mad woodsman, lumberax.
But also, how would this guy even know that you're like touching yourself, right? Like, is he like Santa? Does he just know? Sees you when you're sleeping? Knows when you're...
Baloney.
I know a dozen people who swear on the cross they seen him. And if that's not enough for you, how do you explain the 5 kids have gone missing at this very camp?
5.
Look it up if you don't believe me.
How convenient for you. They took our phones.
Well, then it looks like you're gonna have a little faith.
Spidey senses, but for the proof? Maybe, yeah. Also, Lauren was waiting for the 5 missing kids. It seems we have another missing kids incident, huh? 5 nights at abstinence camp.
Once in your life. Because if you don't, and you give in to those carnal urges, he'll know. He'll hear it from his workshed. And when you feel the hair stand on the back of your neck,
I'm not even Christian, and I still feel defensive when these dweebs bring up God. Honestly, yeah.
or you'll come face to face with lumberax.
A figure leaps from the shadows. It's Mary's friend, Noah, accenting the final jump scare of Gabe's story. With Mary now in tears, Grace shakes her head.
Not funny, Noah.
And certainly not scary.
I mean, Mary disagrees. She's crying.
No mask? No axe? What is that, a canoe paddle?
Well, I didn't want to frighten you too badly.
Well, you failed.
Grace gets up and runs from the fire. Noah runs after her.
Mary, wait, I'm sorry.
Ah. That's hilarious. Not scary, not funny. Well, Mary disagrees with one of those.
I hate these nerdy prudes.
Later, when most of the camp...
They said it! They said it again! Oh, whoa, the light's coming like through the window and it's... The God rays are hitting me. Oh my goodness. He knows.
campers have gone to bed. Grace pours a bucket of water into the fire pit, reciting...
Drown, stir, then drown again.
Gabe watches her extinguish the last of the flames.
You're really good at that, Grace.
No thanks to Smokey the Bear. That lustful, shirtless animal. He was designed by liberals to tempt kids into bestiality. That's what my mom says.
Huh? The aggressive pudding. Thank you. Also, as I said, abstinence camp not working. We're already getting so many people who are definitely into each other. Unfortunately for Gabe, Grace Chastity, it's in the name.
Mine too. You know, I never thought I'd meet a girl as cool as my mom. But then I met you, Grace.
Oh,
I don't know how to say this, but I just gotta. I like you, Grace.
I like you too, Gabe. You're a great friend.
Yeah, but what if we were more than friends?
We are. We're pew pals. And there's no one I'd rather share my hymnal with. Good night. La, la, la,
Aw.
la, 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 la.
She skips off toward her bunk.
Good try, Gabe.
Gabe watches her go and drops the choir boy act.
Fucking tease! Sending all the signals.
Huh?
How am I supposed to sleep with this chubby? Guess I'll go make a wallet.
Whoa. Okay, I guess that was all an act, huh?
In the arts and crafts pavilion, Gabe pounds a design into a strip of leather. Frustrated, he tosses the stamp and mallet.
Ah, this isn't working. I feel like I'm gonna pop.
And again, the whole wallet making, not working.
Fuck it. There's no one around.
With lustful mischief in his eyes, he undoes his belt buckle and starts to unzip. The sound echoes through the forest.
Doom.
Too faint for normal human ears, but not for his.
How does he know? What if you unzip your pants just to go to the bathroom? Will he hears it and he's like, they must be doing it. How would he know?
In a rickety old work shed, deep in the witchwood, a cold, glassy eye bursts open. He can hear the pants come undone and drop to the floor. The sound of one hand clapping. It angers him. None of that. Not in his woods.
I mean, at least we know now how he knows. He just has super hyper hearing.
He rises slowly. He stomps through the chains and the animal skins that hang from the rafters. He reaches out a massive arm and grabs the axe from the wall.
Dun dun.
Back in the
I wanna
arcade,
go home.
Gabe closes his eyes, lost in fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Grace.
Yeah.
That's a modest brassiere you're wearing.
Behind him,
Okay, I guess it might not be all an act.
the door creaks open. He whirls around, covering himself,
Hey! I'm making a wallet in here!
but no one's there.
Oh.
Gabe reaches down to pull up his trousers. He apprehensively crosses the darkened cabin toward the open door.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Noah? Is that you?
A chill fills the room. The summer night turns icy cold, and Gabe can see
Oh, we know what's gonna happen now. That's a nice setup, though.
his breath hang in the air. He shivers.
Oh, it's cold.
Then, clunk, clunk.
Do you think he'd get along with Max Yegerman? Honestly, no, probably not. Probably could, but probably not. Also, yeah, definitely Lorm.
Clunk. A shadowy figure fills the doorframe, silhouetted by moonlight.
Uh-oh.
It's enormous. 8 feet at least.
Oh my goodness,
Hands,
that costume, the way it moves, the jaw is like separate, the eye moves around. That's so cool.
massive, dirty axe.
No way. Nice costume, Noah. Or is that you, Pete?
Haha.
Steph?
Figure lumbers forward. Clunk, clunk.
Come on, cut it out. It's not funny.
Gabe winces as the mad woodsman raises his weapon.
Please! Put down the axe!
Uh-oh.
The figure stops. He looks down
Oh?
at Gabe and cocks his head. He lowers.
Maybe please is the magic word. I believe it's a puppet. It was handmade, but I don't know. Probably. Oh, it's a puppet. That makes sense then. That's so cool.
Display. Gabe breathes a sigh of relief.
Whew.
Perhaps he's been forgiven. It was just one little slip-up after all. Just some harmless tugging. Slam!
Oh!
The metal wallet stamp comes pounding into Gabe's forehead.
Huh? The metal wallet
No
stamp?
forgiveness. Not in these woods.
Not-
Lumberjax grabs him out.
Not even once. Not even once, or they'll kill you.
And hammers the stamp deeper into Gabe's skull. Wham! Wham! Blood sprays. The Mad Woodsman's justice is served.
Oof.
The next morning, before the campers arise, Girl Jerry cheerfully marches toward the arts and crafts pavilion,
Bro did not let that slide. So
full
true.
of basket weaving materials. She opens the door and freezes. The basket kits fall to the floor. The walls are soaked in sticky gore. And there, on the beating table, is Gabe, skinless. Beside him, a pile of wallets sewn from his flesh.
Okay, my goodness. He really didn't let that slide. He was... Oh, gosh. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's, it's a bit wild. I thought he was just gonna kill him, but no. You had to make an example out of him, I guess.
Girl Jerry covers her mouth and whispers, "No, not again."
Okay, so the 5 missing kids incident definitely did happen, and she was here for that. So I guess that's why she reacted so, like, intensely to, like, you know, all this abstinence stuff. It's like, we're literally trying to have you not die here. This might just start making me carry around a piggy bank instead of a wallet. He probably will make a bank out of you then. I don't know.
Later, Steph hikes down from her cabin and steps into the designated girls' washroom. The curtain to one of the shower stalls slides open, and Grace pops out, wearing a bathing suit.
Morning, Steph!
Wait, did you just shower in your swimsuit?
Of course. It's camp policy. You don't want to see your own body and start getting crazy ideas.
Huh?
That's, disgusting.
I know. Can you imagine getting handsy with yourself?
Try to play. Okay, go enjoy your game, Lauren.
We're outside every day, getting sweaty and dirty. If you don't clean yourself, all of yourself, you're gonna get a UTI.
Wait. Are you telling me you're gonna shower without a swimsuit?
Yep.
That's what you focus on? That's the only... Okay, whatever.
I'm headed straight to hell.
Steph goes for a stall. Grace jumps in her way.
No, Steph. I can't let you do that. It's this kind of reckless behavior that got you in trouble in the first place.
No, Grace, you got me in trouble.
Oh my goodness.
You're the reason I'm stuck here. See, I'm normal. You're weird.
Oof. But also, that's like a crazy policy, right? You need to... She's literally just right. You need to clean your whole body. You can't just not clean a good chunk of yourself. Like, that's important.
The place is weird.
Giving up on showering here, Steph stomps outside. Grace hurries after her.
Steph, I know you're just lashing out because you're an addict, jonesing for a big old shot of vitamin D, but I am not giving up on you. We're gonna get through this together. Anywhere you go, I'll follow.
Really?
Steph pushes through the door to the neighboring building. Grace's eyes go wide. The sign reads, Boys Washroom.
Boy Jerry! Girl Jerry!
Inside, Steph calls out a warning.
Cover your junk.
Surprised Grace has lived this long in these conditions. You know what? It's impressive. I'll give her that. You got to admit. Her commitment to this, her dedication, it's impressive. At the very... Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. At the very least.
Coming
person there. Steph?
Pete?
What are the odds? Love that for him.
Peter stands in nothing but a towel wrapped around his waist. Steph stops. She stares at him.
Well, it's fine. Peter probably is also wearing a bathing suit. Unless, like her, she's like, no, I'm not going to shower with a bathing suit.
Without his dorky glasses, Steph sees that he's actually kind of cute.
It's that Spankovsky charm. Turns out there is actually some charm there. It's just, but if you put enough grease on it, it's hard to see.
Have you always been that, jacked?
Yeah, I got a shake weight. It's kind of like endurance training for, it doesn't matter.
I see. If you know, you know. I'm not. No need to elaborate on that.
Guess I never noticed because of the suspenders.
Oh, I know.
Suspenders.
That's my signature look.
This should be your signature look.
He squints in the mirror. Well, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't give a fair assessment. What are you doing here?
All right, you're in the bathroom, standing face to face. Probably do something.
Just trying to shower in peace.
Okay, I was gonna, but I'll get out of your hair.
Don't be stupid. There are separate stalls. Just take a shower.
Okay. At the same time?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Boy and girl Jerry are going to have a heart attack. They're going to die from this event. Just hearing about this is going to give them multiple brain aneurysms.
Okay. Lord help me. Outside, Grace runs towards the counselor's cabin, screaming in desperation. From the tree line, boy Jerry and girl Jerry emerge. They're covered in dirt, carrying shovels.
What? What is...
Did they buried the body? Why? The boy's so down bad he's gonna cause a mass heart attack for the rest of the camp. My goodness. Yeah, but also, why bury the body instead of, I don't know, maybe report it to the police that there's one of your campers has been skinned alive? Hello?
Is it? Has someone else been murdered?
Hurt accidentally.
Right? That's what I said. Isn't it Grace accidentally murdered?
It's worse. It's Stephanie. She's relapsed.
Back in the boys' washroom, Steph...
Her reaction is like, which... They gotta bury the body. You're so right. Right there in the forest, but not the lobby. It's a little secret. They're oopsie. But also, girl Jerry's reaction is probably very genuine. She's like, "Oh my God, somebody else is gonna. 2 more people are gonna die."
calls to Pete over the sound of their respective showers.
Hey Pete, do you have a bar of soap over there?
Yeah.
Can you pass it over?
She reaches up. Her hand pokes above the partition between the stalls. Pete looks at the bar of soap. Are you sure? I just rubbed it all over my body.
Yeah, you and 20 other guys.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah, it's just gross. But also, holy cow. I'm not gonna say anything.
Puts the bar in her hand. For a moment, their fingers touch. Pete can't see it, but on her side of the partition, Steph blushes. She takes the soap.
Yes, Nightmare Town. Hey, Castakit, welcome to the thing. Why would they only have 1 soap? Maybe it's like 1 soap per stall. Still, that would result in a ton of people using it. So, that's probably it, Tom.
And the two quickly return to washing themselves. After a moment, Pete asks, So, you think it's true?
What?
The 5 missing kids. You think something like that could really happen here in Hatchetfield?
I mean, people go missing all the time in Hatchetfield.
My dad's the mayor. He says it'd shock you. The secret's in this town.
Yeah, but a crazy lumberjack who hates...
Steph didn't have one in her... You're so right, actually. She didn't have one, so... Ew! Ew!
Sexy time? That's a little far-fetched, don't you think?
Guess we'll never know.
True.
Unless we put it to the test.
What?
Uh-oh!
I was kidding.
Oh. Good one.
Oh boy. She was not kidding. The fact that he didn't just, like, be like, sure, is probably the only reason she backed out of that. Smooth, but also fear.
Unless you wanted to.
It's like, what if we put our beds next to each other in Minecraft? Ah, just kidding. Unless?
Out in the woods, Lumberax stirs. He can sense someone's testing him.
Why? Why does he have this magic power to sense?
This stupid legend persists because none of these nerds have the guts to prove it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be experimenting for the sake of scientific discovery.
Hello, Belgian musicals. Welcome to the street. You like this episode? Oof, it's quite good, but it's a lot also. But man, they are trying really hard to excuse this. They're like, yeah, we're just experimenting. This is for science, all right? This is just science.
Isn't science your thing?
Are you suggesting that we, consolidate down to one shower? Thud, thud. Lumberax thunder.
Oh, he knows. He's on his way.
Of his woods at stake. Steph considers the idea.
That would certainly get Lumberax's attention if he was real. And, you know, we'd be conserving water.
True.
That's important. You know, save the planet. It's like that annoying Greenpeace girl always says, be the change you want to see in the world.
Right. So, you wanna?
Outside the washroom, Lumberax can hear Steph and Pete through the wall.
He's here. Greenpeace girl would be proud. Maybe. she might be more concerned about the context, but she might be proud anyway. But, oh my goodness. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm almost certain girl or boy Jerry are about to burst into the room, completely stop anything from happening, they probably were about to die here.
He readies his weapon. Pete puts his hand to the stall partition. Steph? Are you sure? Rumors spread, I'm a loser, and you're Stephanie Lauder.
Oh, Peter.
Yeah, but I thought we agreed whatever happens in the bathroom stays in the bathroom.
That's great writing.
Goddamn right. I'm coming over there.
Yeah!
Outside, Lumberax takes aim at the wall, preparing to chop straight through it, directly into Steph and Pete. Inside, Steph smiles.
Okay, come on over.
Okay, on the count of 3.
Okay.
Pete grabs the shower curtain. He readies himself to hop out of his stall and into Steph's. 1. Lumberax takes aim.
2.
He winds up. The axe gleams. And...
Tchaikovsky, water!
Just before Pete can take the leap, Boy Jerry and Girl Jerry burst into the washroom. The teens...
I knew it. I knew that would happen. My goodness. I both happy with that because one, they won't be killed by the they won't die. They're gonna survive. But also, man, they were so excited. It was really awkward, but they were so excited. Also, boy Jerry and girl Jerry seem genuinely horrified at the concept of here.
Girl Jerry screams. Later, Pete and Steph stand outside the counselor's cabin awaiting their punishment. Girl Jerry looks on the verge of tears, while boy Jerry wipes sweat from his forehead.
A boy and a girl, showering at the same time, only one stall apart. It's the most perverse thing I've heard in all my life.
That's the most perverse thing? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not exactly it wouldn't be passing the rice purity test, but that's the most perverse thing you've ever heard?
What are we supposed to do with you two?
How about nothing, because we're consenting adults?
I think you might be a lost cause, Lauder.
Oh yeah, I forgot. They're all adults. That makes it slightly less awkward, but also kind of weirder that there's a camp that they're getting sent to as adults. Well, I mean, adults as in 18 probably. But still.
I'm surprised the rumors about you weren't true.
Hey, cut it out.
Excuse me, what was that? Girl Jerry, could you take Steph to her bunk and lock her in? I'd like to have a word with this young man in private, if you don't mind.
I mean, yeah, that honestly though, that was actually like a very rude thing to say. It's like talking about how also, that's why the thing wasn't full screen this whole time. I'm so sorry about that.
Girl Jerry.
But yeah, again, it's kind of like a little cruel to bring up the rumors like that.
Leads her away. Steph glances back at Pete as she goes. Boy Jerry steps closer, narrowing his eyes.
You're trash, Spankovsky. Just like your brother. No Spankovsky will ever amount to a hill of beans in this town. So, I hope you enjoyed your little bath time, because it's solitary confinement for you for the rest of the summer. I will not have you drooling over her.
Solitary confinement? What do you mean by that? That's... By the way, solitary confinement is essentially torture. Like, actually torture. It's like... It's actively dangerous for your, like, mind.
She's some piece of meat.
It's not like that. I like Steph, and I think she likes me too.
What's Steph got to do with it? I'm talking about girl Jerry.
Huh?
Yeah, I've seen the way you look at her, undressing her with your eyes.
Okay, boy Jerry is a little... I mean, we already knew this, but clearly boy Jerry and girl Jerry are a little pent up. They're seeing things. On a hormonal teen is not a good... Yeah, I can only imagine.
Imagining what it'd be like to plunge your hands into that hair, feel her lips on yours just one more time, that's all. Well, not on my watch, mister.
I think boy Jerry's projecting just a tiny bit. He's such a scary character in such a weird way. Very much.
From now on, every time I have one of those thoughts, you're gonna make a wallet.
Huh?
You mean every time I have one of those thoughts?
That is literally exactly what I said. Don't be stupid in front of me, Pete. Not a good look for you. I gotta put you in a canoe.
I mean, technically, yes, that is exactly what you said, but... Okay.
I ought to let a bird walk all over you. Get to your cabin, now!
Thoroughly confused, Pete's led away by...
It's like, what? Huh? What's happening?
He's alone. Boy Jerry lets out a sigh of relief.
God, that was close. Gosh darn. Horny kids. Keep it together, boy Jerry. Keep them chaste and it won't happen again.
I feel like you're the most horny one here, man.
Out in the woods, it's happening again.
Uh-oh.
With the counselors distracted by the Pete and Steph commotion, Mary and Noah found the perfect opportunity to sneak off for some private time.
Okay. I think we're ready.
I ought to put you in a canoe. Even his threats are weirdly scary on the same level of I'm gonna pee your pants. That's a good threat.
Oh, so how far do you want to go?
I don't know. Maybe some over the clothes stuff?
Are you sure we're ready? I mean, we're only 18.
We're only 18. Ridiculous.
As long as it's with you, Noah.
Aw. Good for them. They're getting along.
I'll open my mouth.
They lay back onto the leaves.
They have no idea what they're doing.
And awkwardly press their faces together.
What's happening?
The sound of lips smacking rings out over the
I mean, I can't really comment. I don't know anything. But wow. Oof, that was awkward.
like nails on a chalkboard. Lumberx awakens. He cocks his head in the direction of the
Silent face palming made me
Hell,
wheeze.
Not on his watch. He heads out. His blood
Oh,
flows
man.
to his belly. Noah and Mary flop on top of each other, mouths gaping like a couple of fish.
Oh, yeah. This is awesome.
Well, I'm sure passion can make up for this. I'm sure passion can make up for this somehow.
You're a great kisser, Noah.
Yeah.
He guides him back upright and smiles playfully.
I'm gonna unbutton my blouse now. Don't lose your head.
Slap! The mad woodsman's axe slashes
Oh, dang.
his sinewy neck. His head goes flying.
Man, you guys didn't even hear his stomping feet? Rookie mistake.
Blood splashes onto Mary's screaming face. Lumberx puts a finger to her lips. She falls silent. He raises his hand and wags his index. Then, he punches a fist straight through her ribcage.
He really likes doing unexpected attacks. They're both so bad, so I guess they don't mind it. Yeah, it cancels out. Man, he's like raises his axe and then he does just a completely unrelated attack. Punch. And then with like the stamping thing before, my goodness.
Across camp, Grace spots Steph being led to the pink bunks by one of the counselors.
Hey, what's going on?
Solitary confinement for the rest of summer.
What?
Yeah, Grace. Thanks for tattling. Again.
Steph, I didn't think they'd do this. I was just trying to help. I'm your friend.
No, you're not. You're an annoying, self-righteous, nerdy prude.
Every time they say nerdy prude, it's like, it gets me. But also, dang, that's rough. What is solitary is this actual solitary confinement? Because that's horrible. They can't, how can they do that? They can't just do that, right?
And the only good thing about this is that I won't have to spend any more time with you.
The counselor opens the cabin.
The counselor was like, damn. Like, his eyes widened. He's like, whoa, he really said that.
All right, louder. Inside.
Steph enters and he slams the door. He flips a metal latch into place and clicks on a heavy padlock.
This isn't right. How is she supposed to learn if she can't come to the activities? The prayer circles?
Hey, you don't like it? Take it up with the Jerrys.
This counselor, he like clearly is either super strict or hates his job. Rare Grace Chastity Doubly. Honestly, having her even be like a little sympathetic is good. She can learn occasionally under the right circumstances.
On the path to the administration office, boy Jerry walks with girl Jerry. She's on edge, biting her lip nervously.
This is getting out of hand.
What do you mean? The crisis has been averted. We buried the body. No one will ever find it.
I mean, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. There's probably actually no. There's probably lull years where, because as the campers get older, it becomes more and more likely that some campers are gonna be like, you know, butting uglies. And here we have an entire batch of 18-year-olds. It was bound to happen, really. It was all an act from God. You got it, Belgian.
What do we tell Gabe's parents?
The same thing we told all the others. It's the woods. People go missing every day.
I can't help it.
That's the line. People go missing. It's Hatchetfield. People go missing every day.
Responsible.
Hey, look at me. Gabe brought this upon himself. He was a little perv, and now he's burning in hell for it.
You're right.
Is that how they excuse all of these deaths? They're like, it's fine. He was a pervert. He deserved to die.
The rest of these kids, they need us. They need this camp. And we're not going to let any more of them down.
He opens the
You know, part of the problem is, could you guys have not put this camp somewhere else? Maybe not the Weirdwood Forest where these kind of events cause death? Just saying, is there no other forest near Hatchetfield? Couldn't you go a little farther from Hatchetfield? Probably not. I'm sure the closest other forest is in Clivesdale, and it's not even start about Clivesdale. Their forest does. I bet their forest doesn't even have an axe-wielding murderer. Unbelievable.
The office door. Girl Jerry claps her hand over her mouth. In the center of the room,
Exactly.
is a pile of bloody body parts. Noah and Mary's. They're stacked on top of each other like freshly cut firewood.
It's interesting the difference between the reactions. She's like horrified, and he's like, "Gosh dang it!" He's like annoyed that they're dying, rather than upset.
That's it. I'm calling the police.
Girl Jerry goes for the phone when Boy Jerry catches her arm.
I don't think you've thought this through, Girl Jerry. You think they're just gonna come here and cart off the bodies? No. They're gonna poke around. And they're gonna find everything. You ready for that? For the whole town to know what you did? Dirty girl.
Don't call me that.
They said it blind, dirty girl. Wait. Did they hide the bodies? Oh, actually, they mentioned before that they kissed. Don't even, dirty girl. It's a good song, but my goodness. We know Boy Jerry and Girl Jerry kissed. He mentioned it before that he would want to kiss. He wants to kiss her again. Did they kiss and cause the first 5 missing children incident, like or people incident? I'm sorry, I'm using like the FNAF term for it. Is that, and that's why they hid the bodies and hid all this stuff? My theory is that these bodies are the tree people from. Well, no, that's actually not true. We just know that's not true. In Perky's Buds, we actually know how the tree people get like formed. Like there's a whole ritual and like people get planted. And we also know that they get people who are like Hannah, in that they have like a connection to the black and white. Because people who are gifted by something, they treat them like witches, and they like put them in the plant so that they don't spread this witchness, I guess. Although that doesn't seem to help too much. Although maybe it is helping. We wouldn't know. Maybe Hatchetfield would be even weirder without the Weirdwood Forest.
Closer.
That's what you are, isn't it? Dirty girl.
She wraps her arms around him, burying her nails in his back.
Yes. I'm a dirty girl.
Yeah, you are. You're absolutely filthy.
Boy Jerry plunges his hands into her hair. She opens her mouth.
Oh,
ready to
gosh.
accept his tongue when...
Oh my gosh.
Grace Chastity to the rescue.
Oh my gosh!
Grace Chastity stands wide-eyed in the doorway.
Grace, we can explain.
Girl Jerry had something in her teeth and I was gonna lick it out. What's wrong?
Noah and Mary! They're dead!
Oh yeah, I forgot. They're dead. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that.
Grace, just calm down and we'll talk.
No!
She runs from the office.
Grace!
Oh,
Reasonable reaction, all things considered. Our savior. Yeah, honestly, things were getting a little heated,
great. Gosh,
and we don't want that for multiple reasons, honestly.
darn son of a gun. Go after her.
But the bodies!
Her?
I'll handle it.
Outside, the sun sinks over the horizon. In the locked blue cabin, Pete lays on his cot.
So is this how Pete and Stephanie are gonna learn that people are dying here?
Man, this sucks. What am I supposed to do for the rest of the summer? He kicks the wall in frustration. When he does, one of the wooden boards comes loose and falls to the floor. Behind it, a hiding spot.
Oh.
There's something inside, covered in cobwebs. Pete reaches in and pulls out
A secret spot in this place.
20-year-old pornographic magazine. He flips it open.
Oh gosh. All things considered, he probably considers that a lifesaver.
There's something written on the first page. Property of Theodore Spankovsky. A tear comes to Pete's eye. He holds the magazine to his chest. He's with me always.
It's always a Spankovsky, huh? That's impressive. You gotta admit it. That's impressive. It's like a generational thing. Is Theodore Ted's name, or is just like an older Spankovsky? Either way, incredible.
Well, you know,
Family heirloom. Exactly.
never waste a locked door. Pete opens the magazine. He unbuckles his belt,
Is that their family mottos? Never waste a locked door?
and an axe head bursts through the cabin door. Holy shit! It's Lumberax! He's real!
Yes, he's real, but he would have waited for you to, like, do something before he actually kills you.
A foot kicks through the splinters, and Steph peers inside.
Zip it up, Spankowski. Busting out of here.
Right? She
They're
tosses the axe and
great.
walks off. Pete goes to follow her. Then he stops. He turns back to the dirty magazine and grabs it. Elsewhere,
I mean, fair enough. Like, as you said, family heirloom. You can't just let that go.
Grace runs for her life. She barrels through the woods, girl Jerry hot on her heels.
Grace, come back!
Stay away from me!
Grace's foot catches a root and she crashes to the dirt. She looks up to see girl Jerry standing over her.
Grace must be terrified. She's like, "Oh my god, you guys killed them, definitely, and you were about to make out in front of their dead bodies. Clearly, you're the killer."
I'm not gonna hurt you, Grace. I want to help you. All I ever wanted was to help you kids.
Priorities.
In a way, that's all he wants too. He just takes things a little too far sometimes.
Crunch, crunch. Steph and Pete rush through the darkness.
Okay.
picking up leaves.
Transition. This transition between the two scenes is tense.
Do you know where we're going?
I have no clue.
I don't know. Maybe this isn't such a good idea. I mean, how big is Witchwood Forest anyway?
That's a good question.
It says it's as big or small as it needs to be.
What's that supposed to mean?
They probably don't know what that means, but we already know that Witchwood Forest is, you know, magical, cursed, whatever you want to say. So it probably literally is on the outside, it's like a specific amount of size. On the inside, it's as big as many people that have been sacrificed to it.
Do you hear that?
In the distance, a voice. It's Boy Jerry, dragging a heavy, wet bag, muttering to himself.
All right, you campers, keep up. I got a special activity planned for you two.
Oh my gosh.
Hide and seek.
What a crazy guy.
Hold the seek.
Steph and Pete watch him empty the sack into a freshly dug ditch. Mary and Noah's body parts tumble into the hole.
Oh my god.
Who's there?
Boy Jerry
Uh-oh.
whirls around, shining his flashlight into their faces.
Steph and Peter, out of your bunks. Looking for a good spot to partake in some hanky-panky?
He advances. Steph recoils.
Stay back, Pete. He's crazy.
Well,
He really is.
if you two can't keep your hands to yourself, I'll cut him off.
Boy Jerry pulls his shovel from the ground. He raises it above his head and leaps for Steph and Pete. Swipe! He swings the shovel. They dive from its path.
Oh my goodness.
He rounds on Pete, brandishing
By the end of this, Peter, Stephanie, Grace are probably not even gonna know that there was an axe-wielding murderer here. They're just gonna be like, our camp counselors are crazy and murdered people.
like a spear. He lunges. Peter instinctively dodges and grabs the shovel's handle. All those years of training with that shake weight pay off. He starts jerking the shovel back and forth, until Boy Jerry loses his grip. He stumbles.
The Spankowski classic. Sorry. My tongue tied there.
Back and wham! Pete smacks him across the face with the shovel's blade. Boy Jerry rolls to the ground with a bloody lip. Pete stands over him, triumphantly. Never tangle with the Spankowski. With his opponent down, Pete raises the shovel and tries to break it across his thigh. Crunch! Something snaps, but not the tool's hand.
You tried too hard, man.
I think I broke my leg. Pete falls to the floor in immense pain. Steph rushes over.
Yeah, feels messed up. But you looked real cool right up until the end there.
Tripped at the finish line. Story of my life.
Classic Spankowski.
Touches his face, gently.
Hey, I'm not into jocks.
She leans in and kisses it.
True, we know for a fact that she is a sapiosexual, which means that she is interested in intelligence.
He closes his eyes. He kisses back.
Uh-oh.
They part, smiling.
And now their fate is sealed.
Then a chill runs down Steph's spine. She can see her breath hang in the air.
Did it just get cold out here?
Steph and Pete turn to find a figure looming over them. 8 feet tall at least.
He's so fast, he just appears.
Dressed in tatters. He's stinking and heaving with anger. In his huge hands, a gleaming blade. Their jaws drop. Their eyes go wide. It's him. It's Lumberaxe.
Lumberaxe.
Mad woodsman swings his axe. Steph and Pete roll away. The axe pounds into the ground.
Oh gosh.
Steph grabs Pete's arm and helps him to his feet. The teens take off into the woods.
What a bad time to break your leg, man.
Lumberaxe prizes
When they say break your leg, they don't mean it literally on stage.
his weapon from the earth. Boy Jerry looks up and orders, "Get him, Lumby!" Elsewhere, Grace scurries backwards as girl Jerry approaches.
I was young when I had him. And a counselor at abstinence camp? What would people say if they found out I'd had a child out of wedlock? I'd be ruined. So you see, I had to keep him a secret.
Oh! Lumbee is their child? Their evil, misbegotten child?
I raised him out here, in the woods.
Exactly what she said. About, like, what are you gonna do? Raise your kid in... Where are you gonna... You'll get the soul. Where are you gonna raise him? In the forest? She's... Oh my god, these counselors are the epitome of projection.
I taught him to survive on berries and tree sap.
What the heck?
Something about Witchwood Forest. Things grow here. They grow fast. And big.
True. That's why the weed... It's crazy how this... like this way more serious story is affected by the same like facts that affected the like weed story. Things grow here, and that includes people. Oh my goodness. The first comment in a while is an advertiser. Incredible.
Little Jerry was over 6 feet by the time he turned 2.
That's impressive.
We tried to teach him about the importance of abstinence. And Will,
You succeeded.
really took the lessons to heart. It wasn't what I intended. I gave him the axe to chop firewood. That's all. I never thought he'd use it to...
A scream in the distance. Grace recognizes the voice.
Steph.
Oh, God. It's happening again!
Oh man, that like expression.
Grace scrambles to...
They're all really good at. They're all so expressive with their faces. They're like. "Oh." I don't know why I did that. The point is, very expressive with their faces. I like it.
her feet and takes
Especially, it like adds so much feeling, especially since in this format there's like essentially just standing in front of a camera and doing stuff. Be like, so their face really has to bring out the emotions that their character has.
in Steph's direction.
It's impressive.
Peter limps along, hanging from Steph's side.
Come on, Pete. Keep up.
I'm trying.
Also, if he was 6 feet by the time he was 2, how old is he now? Is he like 3 years old or something?
Try harder.
Whoosh! Something whips past their faces and slams into a nearby tree. It's the shovel, and it's just missed him.
Oh gosh.
Yards off, Lumberx stands, having thrown the tool. Not to kill, just to taunt. He grips his axe handle and stomps forward.
So that's why he missed. He really could have sniped them right there, then and there.
Alright.
Steph grabs the shovel and pulls it from the tree. The mad woodsman charges, raising his blade. Steph runs for him at full speed.
Fuck you, Lumberax!
Squish! She jams the shovel into his chest. She
Can you do that with like a normal shovel? Are they like sharp enough to like stab somebody with enough force? Well, I mean, with enough force, anything can stab somebody. The Lumberax puppet, I know, it's so cool. I love it. Like, from the moment I saw it, I was like, whoa, wait a second. And I wanted to know more about it.
leans forward, driving the blade deeper, but it doesn't get far. Smack! Lumberax backhands her. She hits the ground.
Yeah, he seems a little too big for just a bit of a cut to really hurt him.
Steph! She skids through the underbrush, rolling to a stop.
Damn.
Lumberx looks down at the shovel.
Hit her hard.
From his sternum. He plucks it out with ease and breaks it across his thigh.
Ah, he did what Peter did, but easily. That's not fair. But also, pulling it out is probably not the best decision, because now you're going to bleed more. Well, with normal anatomy, I guess.
Well, he makes it look easy.
That's what I'm saying.
Steph struggles to stand. Lumberx heads straight for her. Hey! Leave her alone! Pete starts after them, but can't make it on his hurt leg. He desperately flails, trying to divert Lumberx's attention. I'm over here! He starts throwing things. Stones, sticks, the halves of the broken shovel. I'm right here! With nothing left to throw, Pete hurls Ted's porno mag at Lumberx.
Okay, so Theodore is Ted's, like, full name, I guess. Good to know. So it's a family heirloom, but it's not that old. It would have been so funny if this was like their grandparents, like magazine or something.
It lands on the ground, flipping open. Lumberx sees it and stops, dead in his tracks. He covers his glassy green eye, trying to shield himself from the smut on the pages. Steph! The porn! It's his weakness! He can't look at it!
That's the weakness? I mean, I guess it makes sense. If he's that dedicated to not having abstinence, or to... No, what... If he's that dedicated to abstinence, guess he has to avoid all the mags.
Steph stumbles to her feet. She rushes for the magazine. She grabs it and thrusts it toward Lumberx.
Oh yeah? How do you like that, huh? Look at that sinful shit.
The porn in her hands, Steph advances, and Lumber-X recoils. It's working, Steph! She backs Lumber-X.
Okay, but now what? You still gotta beat him, I think.
Next to tree, he falls to his knees, afraid, cowering at the sight of sex. Just when Steph thinks she's won, that she's tamed the woodsman, Lumber-X drives his huge hands into the ground.
Huh?
Takes hold of the tree's roots and starts to pull. The earth shakes beneath them. Slowly, Lumber-X stands, ripping the tree from the ground.
Holy shit.
Lumber-X lifts the tree above his head.
That's just impressive amount of strength. That's crazy. I can't even imagine how much power you would need to do that.
And hurls it at Steph. It flies through the air. Steph dives. The tree comes crashing down.
Fun fact, in a IDM game on like Discord, not my Discord, but a Discord. My Discord's in the chat somewhere if you want to join, by the way. And a player yesterday literally died from a tree getting thrown at them. So, funny coincidence to see that here.
Steph! Steph! When the dust settles, the magazine's in shreds, and Steph is pinned under a branch.
Oof. At least she's alive.
Rises to his full height. He plows forward. He raises his axe. Steph winces, and... No! Grace throws herself between Steph and the mad woodsman. He stares down at Grace. He cocks his head. But his axe does not fall.
Ah, okay. He feels justified killing, you know, people that in his eyes are sinful, but can't kill somebody like Chastity who hasn't committed any of this sin, I guess.
Boy Jerry appears from the dark.
What are you waiting for? Kill them. All of them. They're all disgusting little perverts.
Not me! There's one thing you better hurry up and know about Grace Chastity. I'm the biggest prude you'll ever meet.
She's lying. She's a dirty girl.
I'm not!
Looks into Lumber-Ax's glassy eye.
True. I mean, when it came to Max Jaegerman, but Max Jaegerman is a specimen, so, of a man. So, you know, it is what it is. Until she meets Max Jaegerman, she's a nerdy prude as much as you get. Grace saving the day again. Oh, Jerry, if only knew. Oh, I was like waiting. I'm like, wait, where's the chat? Weird that it appears on screen before it appears on my side first when it comes to YouTube chat.
And you can tell, can't you?
He knows.
Boy Jerry stomps, commanding.
Do it, little Jerry.
You think I just
Little Jerry. Okay.
wear a swimsuit in the shower at camp? No way! It's a house rule, too! No one is seeing this until I'm married. Not even me.
That's so gross. That's so unhygienic.
Boy Jerry yells to Lumber-Ax.
You're gonna bleed her over me.
You know how much of a prude I am? I knitted tiny little sweaters for all the crucifix Jesus statues in our house. I get that he's dying for our sins, but he doesn't need to have his nips out when he does it.
The Lumber-Ax is like, yeah, you know, you're right about that, actually.
You will do as I say, little Jerry. I am your father.
And girl Jerry's his mother.
The Lord said, honor thy mother and father. Now split her skull.
But you guys had him out of wedlock. That's why she's wearing one in Nerdy Prudes Must Die, which is... Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. You're right. Oh my gosh. In my mind, that was just a... You know, they don't want to have her show off... No, but then again, Max Jaegerman just ripped off his shirt. I mean, it's kind... No, that's not even that different. Oh my gosh, you're right. I didn't even consider that. But also, yeah, they had boy and girl Jerry had them out of wedlock, and if they taught them correctly, if they taught this guy about abstinence as much as they did, that's a no-no.
Okay, think about it, little Jerry. If boy Jerry and girl Jerry are your mother and father, you know what that means, don't you?
It means we prayed to heaven and a stork delivered you to our door.
It means they had sex. They fornicated.
Oh, he's like just he's disgusted. The fact that it gave birth to him, or that it happened before he was born, or none of that matters.
Lumber-X rages, pounds his chest. He swings his blade wildly.
Little Jerry, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself with that thing. I think it's best if you give your old man the axe.
Oh, he'll give it to you.
Lumber-X turns to his father and gives him the axe, all right. Right between the eyes. Blade splits Boy Jerry's skull. Then, with a demon's strength,
Uh-oh.
the woodsman pushes down. His axe glides through Boy Jerry's neck and chest and stomach.
Oh, we're getting bisected.
The two halves
Well, not
of Boy
bisected.
Jerry fall to the forest floor with a splat.
Oh my God!
Split in half down the middle. That's crazy.
You done?
Girl Jerry appears, screaming in terror. She runs to the bloody bits of her lover.
Boy Jerry! Boy Jerry! No!
It's kind of crazy that even down to this moment, in this such intense moment, they're like, Boy Jerry, Girl Jerry, Boy Jerry. Hot dog style, not hamburger, exactly.
She glares up to her son. He stares back with vacant, remorseless eyes.
Just finish it, you ungrateful little fuck!
Lumber-X kicks her chest, like a punter kicking a field
Oh,
goal.
wow.
She flies through the air, smacks into a tree, and explodes.
What?
Flop, flop.
She explodes? Why did she explode from like hitting and not getting the kick?
Flop. Bloody chunks rain down. Lumber-X heaves, then stumbles back to Grace. Pete and Steph look on in wonder. Grace faces the woodsman without fear.
I think I understand you. Maybe we understand each other.
Suddenly, Lumber-X lifts his blade. Grace winces. But then, he slowly lowers it, handing it to her.
I was a little confused. Like, why is he gonna kill Grace?
Grace gazes down at the weapon.
There's still 3 people alive? I know, I'm shocked as well.
Then, he turns and lumbers back into the woods.
Oh, he decided to leave, Stephanie and Peter alive. Why? I mean, probably could have killed them right then and there because they kissed. So I'm concerned, why did he... Is he actually a little affected by the fact that he just killed his parents? And he's just like, I need to get out of here. Either way, much like in Nerdy Prudes Must Die, the job of killing dirty dudes has now fallen to Chastity.
The 3 teens watch him go. Finally safe, Steph pulls Peter to his feet.
Come on, Pete. Let's get out of here.
She starts leading him away when Grace blocks their path.
Not so fast. The summer's not over yet.
Days later, Grace stands in the arts and crafts pavilion.
I guess Grace is just being like, all right, I'm the one in charge of the camp now.
In the finishing touches on her project, she turns to a room full of campers.
And that is how you weave a basket. All right, everybody, hop.
Yay.
The kids line up, grabbing strips of cedar bark. They sit around tables, working quietly. One of the campers scratches their head, trying to make sense of it all.
So, the camp director's disappear and we're supposed to pretend nothing happened?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a couple students disappearing is already crazy, but also the camp counselors are gone and... huh?
Like, this is weird, right?
Just shut up and weave a basket.
Grace oversees the campers' work. As she does,
Stephanie doesn't even want to bother with this.
absent-mindedly sharpens her axe.
I anxiously await abstinence camp all year long, and I am not gonna let a few bumps in the road spoil my summer. For the next
She's also gonna kill whoever breaks the rules, I think.
few weeks, we're gonna have some good, wholesome fun. Or else.
Another kid grumbles.
Who put her in charge?
You don't want to know. At the edge of the tree line, a hulking figure watches. He nods his mighty head in approval. At long last, his woods are clean. For now.
Wow. Gotta love the forced fun atmosphere. Yeah. And she's being a lot less subtle than boy and girl Jerry. She has an axe. She's like, you will have fun. Alright? It's like, shoom, shoom. You know, all things considered, as awkward as like the whole conceit was, that was such a good, great episode. I loved it. We don't got a unique outro song this time. At least not yet. No, it seems like we don't have one at all. Let's turn that down and... wow! That was great. This was such a good episode. Part 1 and 2 were both so interesting. I really like learning about the Weirdwood Forest. It's interesting, as I said before, that... good reaction, thank you. It's interesting that we know that the whole, like, growth stuff, which applied to the marijuana, which affected the birds... actually, of course it affects people as well. Because the birds gained, like, telepathy and, like, became intelligent. Well, now we know what happens when a human is raised in the Weirdwood Forest. They become... that, I guess. The Axeman. Which is interesting. I wonder if it's possible to raise somebody in the Weirdwood Forest and have them not turn into a crazy murderer. Maybe if you were like a more normal person and not somebody obsessed with abstinence. Maybe. I don't know. That's a possible way. He's the act. I don't know. Ooh. Little... jeez. That's intimidating. Wow. What an episode. I loved every moment of that. And I feel like I've said everything I can say just from watching. So, if you enjoyed that, leave a like, subscribe, follow, suggest new other things for me to react to in the comments. Eventually, unfortunately, I'm gonna run out of Nightmare Time eventually. You know, it's only a matter of time, especially as I like get through this stuff. Also, after I finish Nightmare Time, I'm actually thinking of watching The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals again. And maybe just, like, discussing all this various stuff. I need you to watch other StarKid musicals. I'll get to them, don't worry. I will. I will get to them. Eventually, at some point. Alright, if you want to keep updated on when I post stuff, join the Discord. We have it, I'll put it right in the chat again, for anyone who would like to use it. There you go. Join the Discord. You can do like you can follow something. There's like a thing there that if you press it, you'll get notifications for YouTube or Twitch, depending on whatever one you want to watch on. And yeah, that was a stream for you and I, because I had fun and I hope you had fun. I'll see you guys around. Bye. Do 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 do. This is the outro song. Do 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 do. I don't know why this is the beat. Do 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 do. Outro song. Bye.